Hey there, this is Scott from White Rhino Media. Figured I'd start off by showing you my site here. It's whiterhinomedia.com. You can see up here, here's my number. Go check it out. I'm still working on it, but you can see a little bit about what we do. I'm also going to be sending out some actual printed reports and paperwork showing you what we do as well. But I want to get into the meat of a little bit of stuff here. So White Rhino Media, I created as an online marketing, online marketing, search engine optimization, and online lead generating site for local businesses. So I've been dabbling with the web for years, part time, and I've made some money doing some things here and there. Built some websites for some local businesses, and that was about it. Um, Meeting a few people online and getting together and taking some courses and trying to figure out how to leverage what we know, because there's really no school to go to. um, we figured out, hey, we're pretty good at ranking things for generic terms and trying to make money selling different products, you name it, Amazon products, whatever. Why don't we try to do that for local businesses? So now it's kind of exploded, and a lot of people like to do what's called local lead generation. So you've probably been called by a gazillion companies. Hey, so and such, I'm a Google partner and I can get you on page one, and you need to have this done in order to get exposed and get people to see it, blah blah blah. I mean, I get them to my own service, White Rhino Media. It's kind of ridiculous. Um, some people that call you are good, and other people are just, they're not so good. They just want to make some money. But anyway, what we do is we do try to go out and we try to get a website, and it doesn't have to be your website. Usually it's our website that we own and domain, and we rank it for popular keywords in your area. So it may be Bucks County. So let's look at tree service. So we'll look at the tree industry in Bucks County and we'll say, hey, let's type in Bucks County tree service. I typed it earlier. And we'll see what pops up. So there's 1 million pages, over 1 million pages that pop up for this keyword. And this is actually a keyword, Bucks County tree service, that somebody may type into Google, looking for a tree guy or a tree company. All right. And what I want to do is I want to rank for that keyword and other keywords that are popular. And I use software through Google and other brands that I can track and find which are the most relevant and which are the most popular terms. So I want to get as many searches as I can. So if this keyword here, say, is only searched 5 times per month, I might be able to find some that are searched 300 times a month or 200 times a month. And all them terms I want to rank on page one. And I want to try to get up to the number one, number two, or number three position. Because ultimately that's going to bring in calls and forms that are going to get filled out and sent to you, which you can then convert to customers. So why do I do this? I mean, I do this because it's 2015 and nobody's using the yellow pages anymore. Nobody opens a book to try to find things. People have no mobile devices, Android tablets, iPhones, whatever, desktops, laptops, and that's how they search. I mean, you can search for anything on Google and it's going to pop up. I mean, look, I just did Bucks County Tree Service and we got 3 ads right here. These are ads on the top and these are ads down the right hand side right here, right? So people are advertising on the web because it's more cost effective and it actually works. Um, my objective is to get you to rank here. So let me just step back a second and define the page. So we typed in the keyword Bucks County Tree Service, right? And this is what's served up. We got ads up top and we got ads down the right side. And then we got what's called the 7-pack here in the middle, or kind of towards the middle anyway. But it could be a 3-pack, a 5-pack. It's just alphabetized and it's basically Google Maps. It's pretty simple to get listed into. Most people don't do it. As you can see, some people have done it, but I'll bet you some of these people actually have SEO companies, such as myself, working for them. And if not, then hey, more power to them. But this is basically what's called organic or natural searches, even though it's a map search, because it's not a paid search. You're not paying to be placed here. Like, these are paid. You pay to be in these positions. And when people actually click on these ads, I've run into people that say, how, I can get on page one, I can just pay Google. And it's like, sure. And if I click on this ad right here, it might cost that guy $5, but that doesn't mean I'm going to actually click through his website and actually call him. So he can get 20 clicks here, and that's $100 a day, and nobody even called him. No one even sent him an email. So yeah, Google's like the Yellow Pages. They're still charging you for your placement. But if no one clicks this, obviously the guy doesn't pay anything. But why would you pay for an ad if you're not going to get clicks? So what my goal is to get you here in the map pack and down here in these other organic listings. See, Paul John Tree Service has a listing here and here, which actually really increases his odds of getting a click. I mean, I don't want to say this keyword here brings in 100 searches, a month. 100 people type this in every month looking for a tree guy. They come down here. I mean, 40 people are probably going to click right here. I mean, that's a statistic that's brought about by Google. I mean, that's been since 2012, and it's pretty much stayed there. So 40% of the people who type in this keyword, 40% go to probably here, but you'll probably get 40% here, 30% here, maybe 15 to 20% click here, and then it goes down as you go down the page to almost non-existent on page 2. And that's why you hear a lot of people say, hey, you could build a website, but if nobody finds you, it's no good. I mean, depending on what your website's function is. I mean, if it's a site for your business that's just for you and your employees, it doesn't matter. But if you're using a website as an advertising vehicle, you might as well hang it up if you're on page. I mean, even page 2, you may get a click or two, but page 3 on, it's just a waste. You're just throwing your hard-earned hosting money away every year. But anyway, so my job is to get you ranked here in the map pack and down here in organic, where yeah, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, but most people who don't have SEO expertise, or most people who don't have SEO experience, can't do it, and that's where I come in. I'll rank for this keyword if I want to, and I may beat Paul Johns, I may not, but I guarantee I could probably beat one of these other 2 guys to get up there. And I'll start receiving traffic through my website, and what I'll do is I'll partner up with a local tree guy, and usually I'll come down here and call this guy, or go over here to page 2 and call this guy and say, hey, how are you at getting leads on the web? Is your website making an ROI for you? And you want some referrals? And they might say, yeah, and I might send them like 10 free referrals, and then, or 20, whatever, and then call them and say, hey, are you making any deals with those I'm sending you? Well, yeah, they're doing great, I'm really enjoying them. I said, well, good, if you'd like them to keep coming, let's make a deal, because this is what I do for a living. And what I'll do is, my site's going to rank over here on page 1 up here somewhere, and I'm going to get that traffic, but instead of these guys down here getting it, I'm over here selling it to this guy, Rogers Tree Service, at like $70 a lead, or maybe he just wants to pay me $1,000 a month, to keep them coming, because he can't rank his site high enough to get that traffic. Typically, that's how I'll work, because it's just easier for everybody involved. And it's easier for me to get a site ranked from scratch than it is to mess with a lot of other people's sites that are already screwed up. Although I can work with them, it just seems to take longer. Now, that being said, in order to get a site ranked on page 1 here in these organic listings without having to pay, and I'm not saying paid ads are bad. I mean, a lot of times I will use them with organic listings, because again, it's about real estate, right? So you see Paul Johns has a link here to their site, and they have a link here to their site. If they were smart, they'd try to get a link here and here and here and all the way down, right? I mean, you look at real estate as, let me give you an example. So if you're looking for beachfront properties, there's only so much beachfront, right? So if you own all the beachfront property, people have to buy from you, right? So there's no one else to buy from. So the same thing with the internet. If you own all page 1, I mean, people feel like they have to buy from you, and also that they want to buy from you, because obviously you know what the hell you're doing because you're plastered all over the place. So it works in two ways. So my job is to actually come in and get you listed here. And the way I do that is with what's called on-page and off-page SEO. So let's see if I can get a picture for you. Oops. SEO. Get you a nice little image here so I can actually walk you through it and show you what the hell I'm talking about. Here's a good picture I put in my my files that are going out. So if we look at this, all right, on page SEO is everything in your page, every element, whether it's text, pictures, whatever, that Google robots can read and determine what your page is about. So your URL structure. Sorry, let's go back. Your URL structure, which is this structure up here, does it have the keyword in it? So the keyword in this example, engagement rings. Yours would be tree removal or stump removal or stump grinding or whatever. That means this whole page should be about engagement rings. And then on page, you're going to have a header title, what your article is about. And you can see it has engagement rings from your ring shop, whatever. But it has the word engagement rings. So we're optimizing this page for engagement rings. So yours would be tree stump removal. And then down here, I'm going to have something about tree stump removal or removal of tree stumps. And then here's your content, your copy. And this is what's written on the page. This is your description about your service, what you're going to provide, what you do, blah, blah, blah. And in here, you're going to have sprinkled engagement rings, other rings, engagement, marriage, anything that has to do with an engagement ring. And that's going to tell Google, hey, this site is really about engagement rings. You follow so far, you're creating like a breadcrumb trail. Then you're going to have a picture of a beautiful engagement ring. Or for you, it's going to be a tree. And they're going to have an alt tag, which is a behind the scene kind of thing that only the robots can read. And so on and so forth, down to videos, down to contact forms, down to social profiles. All right, so that's all your on-page SEO. That's basically Google reading your page, because it's not a human, and the computer picking up all these little things that say, hey, this page is about, for argument's sake, engagement rings. Your page would be about, your one page would be about tree removal. Your other page is about stump grinding or tree pruning or tree trimming or whatever. I mean, that's just the on page. Now the off page SEO stuff. Let's see if I can find some here. Give you an idea. There we go. Off page SEO. See if I can get some images. So your off page SEO is, I guess we'll use this as an example. That doesn't look too bad. So this is your tree removal website. And you got business profiles, whether it's in LinkedIn or whatever business directory. You got blogs that are talking about trees and tree removals. And then there's online video submission sites like YouTube and Vimeo. You got social media like Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, press release, which is your distribution of your business to newspapers and news channels. Social bookmarking, which is where you can store or you send information out for people to look up. Niche directories are like super pages, city pages, blah, blah. And then there's like these article distribution centers. So here's your website about, tree removal or tree services or tree company in Bucks County. And what you need to do is you need to get a profile page for your company set up on some high profile places. So LinkedIn, for example, you get that set up. Then you need to go out to some highly, relevant, popular blogs about arborists or trees, and you need to, read them and make some intelligent, comments and link back to your site. Same thing here. You make the LinkedIn, you link back to your site. Then you're going to go on YouTube. You're going to make some relevant videos about tree removal that are going to help your clients with certain things, whether it's education or information, and you're going to put that out on the web, and you're also going to put a link back to your site. And the same thing with Twitter and Pinterest and Facebook. You're going to create profiles, groups, and whatnot, and share information about your company and link back to your site. And press releases that link back to your site are going to go out to news stations, news channels, whether it's on the web or whatnot, and they're going to link back to your site. Social bookmarks, link back to your site. Niche directories, city pages, super pages, link back to your site. Articles, link back to your site. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 different areas that you can go into, and there could be like 7 here, 5 here, a gazillion here in